Welcome to my channel Ocean Expressions. Today I'm going to be showing you, guiding you through step by step how to make one of these. It's a beautiful little adjustable macrame choker and it's got a little cowrie shell on it. It's really fun and pretty simple to make. For me, creating and making has helped me so much with my mental health, with everything. Just using it as a form of meditation, a time for like mindfulness, focusing of the feeling on the cord between your fingers and just the knots that you're tying, and then having a physical product that you can look at the end of it and be like, I made that. So I really hope by the end of this video you feel proud of yourself and you have a nice little necklace to wear. If you've been enjoying these videos, please give them a like, subscribe and click the little bell if you want to be kept up to date with new videos. Comment if you have any questions or tips, and share if you think someone else would enjoy making one of these, or you think this video could help someone else. Spread the love. Alright, let's get making. So for this project we're going to need a measuring tape for measuring our cord, some little pins for securing our work. I'm just using this hair clip to help secure my strings. I've got a ladder for finishing off, scissors, these little drop beads and some 2.8mm little beads, a cowrie shell and 0.8mm waxed macrame cord. I'll pop a link to this one in the description below. Alright, so to start off with, we're going to cut 5 pieces of our cord that are 120 centimeters long. So once we've got our 5 pieces of cord, we're going to put the tails together and find the center. Then we're going to get our hair clip and clip it about 2 to 3 centimeters on one side of the center. Then we're going to wrap that side cord around a few times just to make sure it's secured. And we're going to pop the excess tails away, and we're going to work with these 5 cords. So I'll just pin on my hair clip. I'm just pinning into a cardboard box. That's what I find easiest to work with. We've got our 5 cords here. We'll take our top cord and direct it over this direction. We'll take the second cord, wrap it over that one, under through, over under through. Then we'll take the next one along, over under through, over under through. Then the next one along, over under through, over under through. And the next one, over under through, over under through. Then we're going to weave back in this direction. So taking this cord that we're leading with and bringing it back this way. So then with the next one along, we'll go over, under, through, over, under, through. And the next one along, over, under, through, over, and the next one, under, through, over, under, through, and the next one, so we have what looks like a little V here. I'm just going to use my other pin to secure this bead. And then we're going to take that cord that we're leading with, come back this way again. So we're wrapping over, under, through, over, under, through. And then with the next one along, under, through, over, under, through. The next one along, over, under, through, over, under, through. And then we come to our last string. We're going to get one of our little circle beads and pop it on. So one little bead. Then we're going to get our cowrie shell and we're going to make a little loop in our string like this, and we're going to pop that through our cowrie shell. You might like to use a pin to help it through. Then once we have our cord through, we're just going to move it up so it is next to our bead, and we're going to pop it through the loop, just like that. Tightening it when it's right next to our bead. So we've got our cowrie shell and a little slip knot on there. Then we're going to put one of our small beads on again. Then we're going to take the cord that we were leading with before, and we're going to wrap over, under, through, over, under, through. And then we're going to weave back this way. So we'll come back over, under, through, over, under, through. And the next one along. And the next one. And the next one along. Then we're going to weave back down again. So you can move your pin if you like. Pin down, just to keep your work nice and secure. We'll wrap with the next one along. Over, under, through. Over, under, through. The next one. And the next one. This is where I really love to use macrame as a form of meditation, because it does get repetitive. And I find it such a beautiful time to really just focus on the knots we're tying and be here now, be present, focus on our deep belly breaths and the intention that we want to put into what we're creating. So once we get to this next bottom bit, we're going to put one of our beads on. Then we're going to put a drop bead, one of our little dangly ones. And then another small bead. Then we're going to take that cord under the one that we're leading with, and we're going to wrap over, under, through, over, under, through. And then we're going to come back this way, wrapping with that same cord, but just in the other direction. And the next one along. And the next one. And the last one on this upwards wrap. And then we're going to turn and go back down. So you can move your pin if you like each time. I find that helps make it more secure. Let's do some nice deep belly breaths together. We'll do a deep breath in and out. I'm so proud of you guys. You're doing so well. Learning something new and putting your beautiful creative energy into the world. Thank you for being here. So we'll put one smaller bead, one drop bead, another smaller bead on. And we're going to take that cord under again and wrap over, under, through, over, under, through. Now turning and going back again. The next cord along. And the next cord along. Let's do another big deep belly breath together. And another one. Breathing in and out. We're bringing our leading cord back across this way. Wrapping over, under, through. Over, under, through. And with the next cord along. And the next one. Now we got to the last one. We're going to put our bead, then a drop bead, and then another little bead on. And then wrapping with that one, under the leading cord, going over, under, through, over, under, through, and then weaving back. Remove our pin again. And wrap over, under, through, over, under, through. This is such a beautiful little pattern. You can use it for choker necklaces or anklets. It's really fun, reasonably simple, and such a beautiful practice. And weaving back again. Over, under, through. Over, under, through. Making our beautiful little wavy pattern. It ties in nicely with our cowrie shell. A little ocean theme. Next cord along. And the last one, we'll get our beads. And then we'll take that cord under the leading cord and wrap over, under, through. Over, under, through. And then coming back again. And the next one along. And the next one along. And the next one. Now weaving back again. And we're going to continue this same pattern until we have a total of 11 drop beads on this side. Once we have 11 of our drop beads on there, so we've done all the way like that, and we've got a total of 11 of our little drop beads on there, then we're going to get the end cords, get the outside two, and we're going to make a number 4 sort of shape, just like this. Take the outside one, hang on, I'll move it up a bit so you can see better. The outside one, make like a number 4 shape. Take the other outside one over that tail, under the middle ones, and up and through. Just like that. Then we're going to do that again, so making a number 4 sort of shape, over the tail, under the middle ones, up and through. We'll do that a few more times. Over the tail, under the middle ones, up and through. And again. And we'll do it one more time. Or maybe a few more times actually. Because we're making a nice little spiral knot here. So we actually might keep going until it's to run out. Well, this one will run out first because this one's a fair bit longer. Because it was our leading cord. So I actually decided we're going to do it until the spiral knot is about 2 centimeters long, or even maybe 2.5 centimeters, because then that will make the adjustable bit about the same length. Like when it's all the way shut, it will be the same length as like around my neck. Now that spiral section's about 2 centimeters long, I'm going to do it a few more times to make it to about 2.5, which is probably when this cord will get a little bit more fiddly to work with, so it's probably about the perfect length anyway. There we go. And I'm happy with how long that spiral knot is now. So then we're just going to take the 3 middle cords that we've been wrapping and we're going to braid them. So taking the outside one to the middle, outside one to the middle, outside one to the middle, just like that, all the way down, just taking the outside one to the middle. So once we've braided it to the end like this, we're just going to loop it around and pop the tails through the loop. Sorry about all the paint on there and my black fingernail. I shot it in my car door and it hurt. There we go. I'm just going to pull that tight. And then if you like, we can cut off the excess of one of the strings. You don't have to do this. This is optional. You can just burn them all together. But if you want to add a bead to the end, there's a nice little decorative finish. You can just get the one string, pop a little bead on, knip about that much, leaving about 1 centimetre on, and then you can burn this to finish it off and push it back onto the bead. That will hold it on there nice and securely, just like that. We'll snip these excess bits here as well, but leaving a bit less so it just burns when we push it back on. We don't really want it to make a bead of wax, we just want it to be enough to stick back onto itself, so just a bit. And we'll go like that and just press it in. Same on the other side. And we have half of our necklace. Yay! Now we're just going to repeat that same thing on the other side. So we can undo our clip. And turn our work around. And we'll do the same thing until we have 11 drop beads on this side as well. So once we've got our 11 drop beads on this side, we're going to do the same as we did on the other side. So making our number 4 like this over the 3 middle ones, taking the outside one over the tail, under the middle ones, up and through. And repeating this until we have spiral knots that are about 2.5 centimeters long. So then once you have that section to about 2.5 centimeters long, we're going to braid the 3 end ones. So just bringing the outside one to the middle, 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 and continuing all the way down until we're at the end of the cord. So then once we're at the end of our braid, we'll loop it around, pop the tails through the loop, and tie a knot pretty close to the end. And I'm going to snip the excess off of 2 of the cords. Just burn them a little bit and tuck them back onto themselves. Then I'm going to get one more small bead at about 1 centimetre away and just burn it to create a nice waxy little blob that I can stick back onto my bead to hold it securely in place. I'm going to snip the excess off of these ones. So we have just enough to burn to stick back onto itself. I'm going to finish that off. And we have our beautiful Macrame choker necklace. I'm so proud of you guys. Now all we have left to do is the adjustable part. So we'll bring our two braided pieces parallel to each other. I'm just going to use one of the excess cords that I snipped off, and I'm going to tie it just like this in the middle, and we're going to do a square knot to make the adjustable tab. So we'll do like what we did before for the spiral knot, making the number 4 sort of shape, going over the tail, under the two middle ones, and up and through there. But then instead of doing it on the same side, we're going to alternate. So we're going to do it on the opposite side, making a P sort of shape. And go over the tail, under the two middle ones, up and through there. Then we'll do it on this side again. So a number 4 sort of shape, over the tail, under the two middle ones, up and through. And back on the other side. And then back on this side. And on the other side. And back on this side. And I think that's enough adjustable tab. So we'll snip our cords. And just burn it to finish off. And sticking it back onto itself. And there we go. We have our beautiful finished adjustable macrame choker. Yay! I'm so proud of you guys, and I really hope that you feel proud of yourself too. Hooray, we did it! We made our very own little adjustable macrame beaded choker, and I'm so proud of you, and I really hope that you feel proud of yourself too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe and click the little bell if you want to be kept up to date with new videos. Comment if you have any questions or tips, and share if you think this video could help someone else. If you have Instagram, I would absolutely love to see your creations. You can tag ocean_expressions, and I can't wait to connect. Big love and happy making.